All right, we're back with B.C.B. And I think we did a video already about this, but he wants to talk about it again with Tiffany versus Lyra. Now, we're not talking about the match in NXT. We're talking about the Charlotte and Becky comparisons between these two. And honestly, that's the route to go, and that's the route we're going to talk about. And BCB is going to break down what's the future is stake for these two. So we're not going to waste no time. We're going to go ahead and let BCB talk that talk about these two.
Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. I promise you will not be disappointed. Over 1.4K videos of content on this channel. And as always, if you owe to the channel, Couch Crew, what's going on, man? Hope you guys are ready for a great upload today. Please join my Discord. Links in the description down below. And please follow me on Instagram at Real Black Couch Booking. And we upload exclusive content on my new Patreon videos coming. We already got about 2 or 3 uploads up there right now, and we're gonna keep uploading some exclusive content that can't be seen on YouTube. I promise you guys will not be disappointed in the story times, the wrestling content, the life content, the advice, all the good things over on the Patreon. So please pledge today, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. But today we are here to discuss this is a good one, y'all. We're going to discuss Lyra Valkyria and we're going to discuss Tiffany Stratton. Please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Who's your favorite, which one you prefer, and which one do you think will have a better, career, like trajectory wise. But also, listen to the thoughts and opinions in this video. If you're not mature enough to have this conversation and really like try to get these points out, you might as well leave the video now because I'm not here to bash one over the other. I'm here to really analyze, the pros, the cons, who has, a higher ceiling and why I kind of believe that the comparison is a little bit unfair. I really had to sit and think about this. So if y'all ready to get into it, I'm ready to get right into it. First things first, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I've been following both of them since they debuted in WWE. In my opinion, both of them with their high points is when I really got connected with them. Lyra Valkyria, I really didn't start getting invested in Lyra Valkyria until she had the feud with Tatum Paxley. It really reminded me of the whole, Trish Stratus, Mickey James type of thing. So once they got that started, I was really invested. And as far as Tiffany Stratton goes, and to this day, I think this is Tiffany Stratton's best work. When Becky Lynch came down and her and Tiffany, had their feud, I really sincerely think Tiffany cut one of the best promos against Becky Lynch, and I really think that that's when I really got what the character was supposed to be when she had a program with Becky Lynch. And I mentioned that I think the comparison is unfair, and what I mean by that is Tiffany Stratton has had more high profile programs on the main roster than Lyra Valkyria. Think about it. Tiffany Stratton got to be under the tutelage essentially of Nia Jax and have the program with Nia Jax, which was supposed to propel her to make her the sympathetic babyface while still being the heel, heel goon under Nia Jax. But we was still, had it in the back of our mind she could cash in on Nia or Liv. She had that. Think about that, right? She just had a WrestleMania match with Charlotte Flair one-on-one, one of the greatest, if not the greatest women's wrestler of all time, definitely top 5. And I'll give her this. She proved one thing to me in that match. I didn't like the build up, but she did prove that she has grit because she can do the gymnastic things. She's very athletic, whatever the case may be. The matches are entertaining, but in that match, the hard hitting spots, the bleeding from the mouth, she showed that she has grit. She didn't complain and she pushed through. And I think that they need to explore that more and they start putting her in the ring with more hard hitting women and she started taking a little bit bigger bumps and getting more tougher matches. And I think that people will get.
Well, speaking of heavy hits, I would love for her to be in the ring with Io Sky. Like Tiffany versus Io Sky. I mean, I would love to see that match. If it's built right, I would love to see it.
More into Tiffany Stratton. I got the pink do-rag on because I'm unbiased, by the way. Um, so yeah, she really and she had a program with Becky Lynch in NXT. So 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 because what they're gonna say about Lyra Valkyria is she's a charisma vacuum. I wish y'all stopped saying stuff like that. And with that being said, though, Tiffany Stratton has had more opportunities to be on the mic, to have one-on-one promo battles, to be seen, to have more backstage promos and video promos and all that. Lyra Valkyria, since she's been on the main roster, really think about this. She's barely had the opportunity to really cut promos. What is her longest promo on the main roster since she's been on the main roster? What is her highlight moment going against Nia Jax and Queen of the Ring? But they didn't have a program. They just met because they met in at the end of the tournament. She didn't have a program with Nia Jax. Bro, she didn't even have a program with Dakota Kai. Essentially, she won another tournament, made it to the end, and finally won. Who did Lyra Valkyria really have a long-standing or a significant program with? The thing with Bailey was a waste, obviously, because of WrestleMania. But even before that, like their back and forth was nonsensical because Bailey was supposed to have a program with Roxanne Perez. Let's be honest. So her only program like of noteworthy is going to be against Becky Lynch. And that's right now. And we got to see, how much stock they build into that because she's the women's mid-card champion. Even though Becky Lynch is a high profile, obviously whatever Io and Rhea is going to do is going to get more precedence over that. So it's hard for me to say somebody's a charisma vacuum. They haven't had the opportunity to cut a lot of promos and do a lot of speaking work on the main roster. Whereas you compare her to somebody who was catapulted to even before the Money in the Bank, she was getting high profile matches and under the tutelage of Nia Jax, then wins the Money in the Bank, then is in the Survivor Series War Games match, then is in this little triangle with Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, and then wins the championship and then goes against Charlotte Flair. So I don't understand how y'all could compare them. It's kind of apples to oranges to me. They're booking Lyra like the mid card woman, which that's what they're doing, and Tiffany Stratton from the jump. You when she debuted on the main roster, you kind of felt the vibe that she was gonna get the Money in the Bank and win the championship. I literally predicted that, and a lot of y'all did as well. Whereas Lyra, when she debuted on the main roster, and her and Kiana James, I knew that they were going to the main roster. I was kind of worried because because for one. Lyra, I thought that they were going to push to the forefront like Tiffany Stratton. Kiana James getting hurt aside, they wasn't going to do nothing with her anyway, right?
Psh, they weren't gonna do nothing with Bella Davenport either.
But Lyra, when she think about when she first debuted on the main roster, all it was, she was just having good matches. Her whole main roster run is having good matches, and y'all gonna say she's a charisma vacuum. How can you have any charisma? How can you have any moments when you don't get the chance? Her shining moment was this past Monday Night Raw, and she cooked with one line and said, "I'm already a better wrestler than you" to Becky Lynch. That was a good line. Because a lot of people could argue that she what she means wrestler, she means in-ring ability. A lot of people could argue that. If I go back, I might be able to argue that low key. That was pretty good, but it's very hard for me to compare them. But since we're here, let's do it, right? I think as far as in-ring ability, I do have Lyra a step above Tiffany Stratton, but Tiffany Stratton, like I said, even if you don't think because the expectation, I don't know why, is that Charlotte Flair was gonna outdo the Rhea Ripley match. No, because first of all, it takes two to tango. Tiffany Stratton is not better than Rhea Ripley, number one. And number two, Charlotte Flair was at a full bill of health at that time. Like even now, I saw some missteps in this match with Tiffany Stratton or Charlotte Flair's part. And that's coming off that type of injury, even if she'd been healed for how long, bro, it's hard to be the same. And it was still a good match in my opinion. Out of 5 stars, I'll give it like a 3 or 3.5, if I'm being generous, right? So that means it was good. It was serviceable for sure. But Tiffany Stratton showed that she could hang. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see her and Lyra in the future have another match. Obviously, they went at NXT before, but I would like to see that. I would like to see you've seen Tiffany Stratton in the ring with Naomi. So Tiffany Stratton has the chops, but Lyra, whether it's the Io Skies, Dakota Kai's, Ivy Niles, whatever the case may be. I liked her match with Nia Jax. I think her match with Nia Jax is, yeah. Because if Nia and Tiffany finally really have a real match, in my opinion, which would be at Backlash or whatever, I can bet my bottom dollar that the Lyra versus Nia Jax match will be better. even though it was, it wasn't the craziest thing I've ever seen in the world, obviously, right? But in ring ability, I give the notch to Lyra. Okay, not crowd. Reception, I'll give it to Tiffany Stratton because I think her character on the main roster translated well until they forgot what it was supposed to be. Like I said, I think peak Tiffany Stratton is the spoiled rich daddy girl gimmick. Now that she's a face, I guess, her whole personality is Tiffy time, doing Tiffy catchphrases and blah blah blah. And she's better than that because we've seen what she can do. Her character work with this character has been great in the past, but I think she's outgrown this character. I think that a lot of y'all don't watch AEW, but I think in a way that once she really got away from the spoiled rich girl and the heel and she started to become face, she felt like a face Mariah May knockoff almost. And I know that's a lot to say. If y'all don't know who Mariah May is from AEW, she might be in WWE soon, but Mariah May to me was really good, did some good work, but you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like she's just a regular wrestler. She didn't really have a gimmick. She didn't really but it worked for Mariah May because her opponent was Tony Storm. So she was offsetting the flashy flamboyance and all this craziness from Tony Storm. Whereas Tiffany Stratton is just a blonde gymnast, a young Charlotte, but without the robes and without the flash and without the thrills. She's literally, without being the spoiled rich brat, hill, mean girl gimmick, she just a blonde gymnast. Because the Tiffy thing doesn't work as a face to me. I don't know what y'all think, but it just doesn't work to me as a face because like even at WrestleMania, right? Her entrance with the Barbie doll thing, if they would have been leaned into that, I think it could have worked as a face thing. But that was really the only time. When she won the strap from Nia Jax, she should have immediately went straight face, make the strap pink, come out with the pink strap, lean into I'm the Barbie doll of WWE, and that would have made logical sense, and that would have been a character. She didn't do that. She was just a wrestler with nothing, and then her theme song is Tiffy Time, and she'll say, I just made Tiffstory, but there was no character after that. The like, you know what I'm saying? It took them how long for like to even give her a special briefcase? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's insane. Whereas Lyra, on the other hand, kind of suffered a similar fate. I will say, I think her having the stuff with Roxanne Perez and her having the stuff with Tatum Paxley really elevated what the character was in NXT and it fit the vibe. When it got to the main roster, everybody's thing was just, oh, she's the bird lady. But like going against Nia Jax, and she came up with the bird suit and the feathers, all that. Like you could build on that, like character wise, right? But she didn't really have any character either. But I would give her the edge because even if she has no character, what she has now can translate more so long term than what Tiffany got to change that up. Lyra could be in the position she's in and keep building on that, and she could just walk away from the bird stuff and that just be her entrance. And I don't think people would bat an eye to it. Like basically, what I'm saying is they'll give Tiffany more of a knock on her character falling off than Lyra's character falling off and the level of interest as well, because you can change that. You could change Tiffany's. You have to change Tiffany's drastically in order for her to have a new. Whereas Lyra, you keep her where she's at and you keep building that by doing better promos, more personality. As you can see, like when she comes in, like her walking to Raw on Netflix with the different outfits and stuff like that. Like now they're humanizing her more, making her wear more modern clothes and talk more modern and making more sympathetic with the Bailey thing and blah 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 blah. I think Tiffany needs a drastic character change. I would love for her to pull a Mandy Rose dye the hair brown, just come back totally different after she loses the belt or whatever the case may be. Like something like that, I think it would work for her. If Lyra did something like that, it would be too off-putting. What she is fine. Just like Becky Lynch was the man for how long and kind of still is the man. I think Lyra is on that same trajectory. And since we're talking about, comparisons and legends and things like that, like I said, the Tiffany versus Charlotte thing did not do her any favors as far as the promos go. The build-up was not great. Tiffany had some good dialogue, some good moments, but the delivery, I really think she's outgrown because she has to talk. I don't think she talked like that in real life with the high-pitched voice and all that nonsense. But she has to because that's the part of the character, and it doesn't do you any favors when cutting promos. Like it sounds like whining, complaining, and it sounds childish. Like I said, Lyra didn't have the opportunity, but I saw it in the beginning of the Becky Lynch promo battle, it was shaky as hell. But towards the end, she started to build that confidence. And she's had interactions with Becky, Bailey, got the win over Bailey. I think that's helping build her profile a lot more than Tiffany Stratton. And these two's careers will be intertwined and they will get it on in the future. I know a lot of you guys are taking Tiffany over her right now, but I think you're only doing that with rose-tinted glasses for multiple reasons. Number one, some people, not all, are just taking her over Lyra because they say charisma vacuum, blah blah blah. But what they mean is they just find her more attractive. That's what it is. Because you want to talk about charisma. What charisma does Tiffany really have? Having a high-pitched voice and having a catchphrase as charisma is essentially the same thing, just painted up with nonsense. I don't think neither one of them's charisma and character is high level. I think they're on the same level, and I would give Tiffany over her just because she got a catchphrase and she got gear and she has something like wearing the pink and stuff like that. Whereas Lyra is just the interest. Woo, woo. That's really all that people get excited for. Other than that, she don't really got nothing. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think. Like I said, in-ring ability, definitely to Lyra. Character, I'll give it to Tiffany. Um, Main roster run, definitely got to give it to Tiffany, not just because of the accolades and stuff like that. She just had a better main roster run based off of interactions, based off of not matches as far as matches being better, but the high profile matches. She's had more. They pushed her way better. And obviously, it's marketability. She's more marketable. A blonde white woman obviously is more marketable than a smaller. Is she, I don't know if she's that much smaller. Was she Scottish, Irish woman, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. That just like how Charlotte Flair was more marketable than Becky Lynch until Becky Lynch pulled through. But the man, Lyra might need something like that. Drop the bird lady stuff and just become Lyra Valkyria by name, and then you become something totally different. I don't know what that would be. I don't know if you would need to bring up Tatum Paxley to help her flesh something new out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, but she might need that. And as of right now. I am more comfortable with Lyra's trajectory rather than Tiffany's because when you push someone to the forefront and it doesn't work out, you can see how the drop off drastically happens. When she loses that title, what they do next is going to make a big difference. Like I said, tell her dye her hair, come back different. When she lose the title, don't keep that Tiffy time stuff up, bro. It's time to move past that because if not, people are going to say it's stale. They're going to turn on her and they're going to say, she was never nothing. Whereas Lyra did not win the Money in the Bank, did not win the Queen of the Ring tournament, first women's Intercontinental Champion. If she defends against Becky Lynch, that will help her out drastically. But if she loses against Becky Lynch, that will help her out as well, as long as she wins the Money in the Bank. If she loses to Becky Lynch and wins it back, then you're booking both the Intercontinental Championships the same. You're basically booking her the same trajectory as Braun Breaker. You don't want to do that. You want to have something different, right? And also, if you book her to win, some people are gonna say you're just booking her the same way Tiffany and Charlotte was, but it's reverse essentially. You know what I'm saying? You're basically booking them the same. And if you do book them the same, you better book them the same because they're gonna clash in the future. Otherwise, it's no point in doing that. So like it's more question marks For Lyra, like Lyra has to have damn near flawless booking in order for it to work, but it can work. Whereas Tiffany, though, I feel like there's more room to mess up if you don't change things. If you stay on the same trajectory, it's definitely gonna be more room to mess up. Like I'm just trying to put myself in a psych. And what would the psyche be of continuing that character a year from now? It just wouldn't make sense to me. Like get rid of it's Tiffany time just for the pop from that. That's the reason why you keep that character. I don't think that's necessary. I think I'm telling y'all, Mandy Rose type of transformation, ooh, or if you just go flat out balls to wall, make her dye her hair black. She don't gotta be the next Rhea Ripley, but just something crazy drastic. Oh my goodness, people would just be just a attire and hair change will be enough. And it's easy because you already put it to the forefront. Just change, have her talk with a regular voice. Oh my goodness, man. Regular voice, maybe a heel character. Yeah, man. So the truth is, bro, they're on more equal playing field than people will care to admit. But the popular thing now, all of a sudden, is to be against Lyra Valkyria, and it coming from me, who never liked her initially, but I started paying more attention, and I see what can be done, right? And I kind of flipped the switch. I was more so, but I didn't like how they did Tiffany's cash in. I didn't like how they handled her run, and I didn't like how they handled the build up to Charlotte Flair. Her and Nia Jax should have had their program as soon as she cashed in. We skipped right over that for absolutely no reason. And Lyra, I liked how they built her up slowly but surely. Slowly. Oh, no, no, Lyra for sure going to win the money back. Nope. She for going to win Queen in the Ring. Nope, nope, but nope, she ain't done yet though. Slowly but surely. She still should have had that match against Zoe Stark for the IC title in the end, but and then the tournament, but that's neither here nor there. I already talked about Zoe Stark before, but yeah, man. So, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Feel free to express your opinion. Let's be respectful. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I maybe had to chip one of y'all up in the comment section, but like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for love and support. We're on the road to 10K subs. Hope you guys enjoy this topic today. And like I said, share the video, man. I really want to know what y'all think about this because I see why they chose Tiffany. There's more marketability. But other than that, I don't see why Lyra couldn't get a similar push. You could have pushed both of them at the same time. That would have been dope to me. But yeah, man, I'll talk to y'all guys later, man. Peace out.
Well, I did say that Lyra should turn heel after she lose against Becky at Backlash, because I think those two should join together just to form a fraction where they could get Alba and Piper to join in forces. And then hopefully with that build up with the fraction that, Lyra will take Becky's place, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I mean, that's my idea. But as for Lyra to change her hair, or I think he's talking about Tiffany, but I don't know if Tiffany should change her hair. I mean, I don't know what she should do. I mean, honestly, I think she should just go off script and stop following the scripts that they give her because I feel like those scripts they give her are just not good enough and they're kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? So, just go off script like you did with Charlotte. Just go off script, and follow your own way. Create your own lines. Create your own script. You know what I mean? Go by feeling. Give it some passion. Instead of just going by, what the paper is telling you or what the Amatron telling you. You know what I mean? Like, that screen that tells you what to say. Like, no, no, like, honestly, no. Yeah, I mean, you hear C Jack all the time. He's hating on Tiffany. Lyra, he liked Lyra's promo, but however, he said it was decent, but he didn't say it was great. But it's a start. You know what I'm saying? So I just like how Becky is working with Lyra. I just hate that Becky had to turn heel, but you kind of saw that coming, right? So the only thing I hope for a backlash is that those two will join together, so that way they can form a fraction, and then hopefully Lyra can go after the women's world title. But I think she has to show some improvement before she go after that. But I know if Lyra go after that belt, Becky might get jealous to where they want to switch. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that could be the storyline for that. But until then, we just have to wait and see. But, you know, as for Tiffany goes, I mean, the good thing is she got some competition. Like she got Nia Jax, she got Jade, she got Naomi. Bianca might be coming back. Charlotte, I hope she don't come back, but she says she want to wrestle, so I don't know what she got to do. But hopefully, when she come back, she'll come back different. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't know who else is gonna come. I mean, it depends on the draft, but you know, some rumors saying that Maya May might come, and if she does come, she might take Tiffany's place. But I did say that Tiffany should join a fraction with Maya May if she comes to WWE, and you know they could form a fraction with Maxine, Chelsea, and Kaya James, and possibly Izzy Dame, you know, and then have you know, just have a fraction where it's kind of like a Mean Girl theme, you know, where Tiffany is the leader and Maya May is the upcoming leader, where Maya May try to take Tiffany's place. You know what I'm saying? So everyone wear pink, sometimes wear orange, sometimes wear red, you know, just different colors, but it blends in the theme of the Mean Girls, you know what I mean? So I think both of them should do a fraction, you know. Lyra should do a fraction with Becky, and Tiffany should do a fraction with Maxine, Chelsea, Kaya James, and if Maya May comes to WWE, you know, join fractions with her. You know what I mean? Because in that way, we got something that can be intriguing. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that could be good, and then we can have a storyline where, you know, it's pretty much Tiffany and Maya, and we can have a storyline between Lyra and Becky. So I think that would be dope because they can both of them can elevate each other. So I think that would be really cool. Hopefully they can do something like that. I think that would be a great idea. But do I see Tiffany and Lyra facing each other again? Absolutely. But Lyra have to win the big title though, and Tiffany, well, hopefully she can carry the title, but until WrestleMania. But I doubt it. You know, Jay might take the title. Maya May might take the title if she comes to WWE. Naomi might take the title, and Nia Jax might get the title back. You know what I'm saying? Or Alexa Bliss might take the title if she's still on SmackDown. So, or Liv Morgan might take the title if she get drafted to SmackDown. You know, and there's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see what happens. But right now, there's no main eventers at Raw. The only main eventers we have is Rhea and Io Sky, and hopefully when Liv Morgan get away from the Judgment Day, she'll be the main eventer again. Otherwise, Raquel will have to be the spot. But I would like for Raquel to go after the mid-card title. But if Becky Lynch is going to be the Intercontinental Champion, I don't know who's going to compete with her. I really don't, unless it's Bayley or somebody. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see. Because right now the the women's division is not looking good, and because of the creative teams are in behind it and the bookkeeping. So we'll see what happens. But I'm rooting for these two, but mostly Lyra, you know. And I'm still proud of her for becoming double champion at WrestleMania and getting her first win thanks to Becky. So shout out to Becky. Shout out to Triple H. So y'all get in the comment box. What you guys think, man? What y'all think about this video with Lyra and Tiffany, you know? Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And I'll catch y'all in the next video, all right? I'm out.